Hello everybody, there's another wee vid here. This is an E-Class Mercedes-Benz. I think it's about 05, 06, this car. There's about 200,000 miles on it. And it's got this dreaded SBC system, Sensotronic brake control. So what this is what it does is in that black canister there's a motor. It's just an ordinary brushed motor, and in that thing down there is an accumulator which stores pressure. This pump, which is there's an ECU inside that, and it controls the brakes. So whenever you press the brake pedal on these things, you're not actually directly connected to the road wheels, so the hydraulics on the road wheels. So this thing opens solenoids and releases pressure to where the braking effort is actually required. It takes into account steering angle and road speed and slip and stuff like that. So what we'll have on this one is back brakes. Brake pipes aren't good. Mercedes don't have the best of brake pipes at the best of times. There's a bit of corrosion there. I think it's been painted before by the looks of it. And if we take her below here, below here, that's a decent bit of line there, and it's a bit of corrosion there, right up in. Just a wee thing to note here, guys, I have this on the jacking points, as you can see on the lift. But see if you decided to put that back a bit and lift that up just behind it, decided to lift it up in the sill, that brake pipe runs right along there. You'd crush that if you didn't lift this thing in the proper jacking points. So all the old plastic trims here are off this to get at these brake lines, so it looks like I'm going to have to replace a good section of these brake lines. So as I say, I have the SBC disconnected. Hold on a minute. And there is a procedure for to put the SBC to sleep, as it were, where you lock the car and wait 30 seconds and unlock it and then relock it and stuff like that. I did that, but I wasn't really happy, so I've disconnected the main battery in the boot. Now there's an auxiliary battery in these things which will actually operate the SBC in the event of main power failure. So if you noticed in the previous wee bit there, I also disconnected the SBC module itself, because whenever I cut these pipes, and they are focus, they are those nuts there's basically nothing left of them with corrosion. So that's the wheel arches out, and all the plastics go on there. So if we'll have a wee look at this one, that's not good. So where it's been under the plastic trim isn't bad over here, so we'll put a joiner on there. Yep. That whole pipe is gone. This thing works under brave pressure, so it does. I read somewhere it's supposed to be 100 bar, but I can't believe it can go to that pressure. So blow 100 bar will blow down brake hoses, you know. So again, runs right along the sill there, just in front of the jacking point. So don't be lifting this thing anywhere but the jacking points. You'll crush that brake pipe there, and that'll cause you all sorts of grief. Right, so I'll continue on. I'm not going to record all this here because I'm going to have severe problems pulling them off. I'll probably have to try and see if I can get new wee clips, because they're rotted away to nothing. So there'll be a continuation. Thanks. Okay, we follow on. Okay, here's us at this brake line. what I've done is I have loosened the nipple and just let her drip into a bucket for about half an hour. So that's going to let all the fluid drip out of the lanes, evacuate itself. I've kept the reservoir cap on so it doesn't just completely empty itself. So just got a pair of cutters and chopped her just at that head there. Now that head, there ain't an awful lot left of that, as you can maybe see. So I'll just show you a wee tool here of how I'm going to proceed with this. That's probably supposed to be 11 mil, which you normally stick something like that on there and hoof her off, but that ain't gonna work. So just thought I'd show you a couple of wee twist sockets here. These tape here, I very rarely use these tape because they just don't work as well. So those are just sort of like splined there, but they're more or less straight cut. I don't know if you can see it or not. The best. They're more or less straight cut. These I don't find as good as these other style. Now, the other thing is that all you can do is put an extension bar or a ratchet or something in the end of that. So for a tight wee spot like this, it's not much good because you'll not be able to get anything in the top of it. So, but they definitely don't grip as well as these ones. These here are spiraled. Again, I don't know how you can see that. They are spiraled. So the more you twist, the more that tries to sort of turn onto the nut, onto the rounded nut. This nut here, there's hardly anything left of it. So there we are, just a ball of rust. It's just basically rounded. So that spiral, because it's in a spiral, it's not just straight cut like this one. You know, that will grip, but it'll just slip round. This here actually twists on, so hence the name twist sockets. Now you may notice I have tip-axed a lot of markings on here. For reasons unknown to me, these just come as numbered, so that's number 2 there, and I have it in a 10 mil. This wee set here, I think I bought this on Amazon. The difference with this one and that one. Oh yes, another wee thing I want to point out. You can put a 3/8 ratchet on it, but you can also get a spanner on the outside of it. So it's a big advantage from this one as well. So there's two advantages with this type of wee kit. This is a wee bargain kit, very cheap on eBay, great buy. This wee flimsy aluminium-ish case, it has the 1, 2, 3, tells you the size and it tells you the outside size, which is a handy wee graph there. So this one here, the difference between that and that is these are lower profile. You can get these exactly the same as that, but I've just got these two different depths for different tight spots. If I can get that out. So not much to it there. And for a big hole in it. That there would probably be ideal for this, but what I have used on this particular one, I can get, this is the 10 mil. Again, I would imagine this is 11. So put that in position. Then this one on it again, guys. This isn't going to work. So I don't know where it's enough to grip that. I already had it sort of on a wee bit. So that's her going to tap. And that was just me pressing it on my finger. I did tap it on a wee bit earlier. You can see that wee bracket there. Nothing left of it. And the top of that brake hose isn't great either. But we're on a bit of a budget here. Don't want to start buying brake hoses. Brake hoses are in good nick. this socket. You'd be fighting with that. You'll never get that off of vice grips. There's nothing to grip. And that's her coming up. Right. The very best. One-handed, guys. One hand on the phone here. And the other hand on this. It's sort of falling off. So I'll just get rid of all that muck because I don't want it to get into the brake hose. I'll just give that a wee clean about. So there we go, a wee bit further on. Thanks. Right, that's the brake hoses out. I just decided to take it out of the caliper completely. So out of the bottom of the caliper there. And there. So upon inspection of these brake hoses, there's what remains of that wee clip that was holding that in. Most of it isn't there. How do we do with these brake hoses here? So took the two of them off both sides. Don't know, hopefully the camera will pick this up. Okay. Come on, focus. No, you're not going to focus. Anyway. All cracked. Completely cracks all over the place. These brake hoses. This is the other one. On the other side. Yeah, there's probably the worst bit there where it's constantly sitting at that bend there. Are you gonna focus? Come on, come on, baby. Focus for me. I think you got it there a wee bit. Look at that side there. That is really bad. Now, this car has failed MOT on the steel brake pipes being rusty or so bad that you can't inspect them, was the wording that you used. So that's a Northern Ireland MOT. There you go. It's a Northern Ireland MOT, which is an independent government agency that does the MOT in this part of the United Kingdom. Elsewhere, it's garages do it, and they basically have like a safety checklist. The brakes obviously are high on the agenda. They are usually very, very cautious about hoses, especially when a car gets to this age. And when a hose is sitting in that position for such a long period of time, this is what happens. So, considering this is an extremely high pressure system, I'm going to renew these. So, yeah, took a lot of care in making sure that no debris got into those ends there, but we're not going to reuse them. There's no way I'm going to put those on. Need another couple of clips as well. They're about £1 each. So there's a well-known UK-wide parts distributor sells these wee clips, and they're actually the only place I know where to get them from. Febby make Volkswagen ones, which are sort of a shape like that, like a come into a V. And these sort of square type ones, these are on BMW Minis and Mercedeses. These sort of square type clips. They're a wee bit generic. They're not actually for this car, but they're like £1.20 each or something like that. So pretty cheap, but you have the hassle of going and getting them. So a wee bit further on, thanks. Right, here we are on the car. Okay, there's a wee clip there. I don't know if you can see it or not. There's a wee clip there anyway. I think you can see it's a wee bit in the shadow. And we're going to put this wee pipe tool, and what I like to do, if I can, is we're going to put one of these wee joiners on. So this wee boy here, we'll slide that up. So I like to keep that just off the clip, so the clip actually holds that in place. So, you don't really have to do that, like, but it's just my habit to do that. So we're going to do a wee flare here. The whole trick about doing flares and doing good flares, consistent flares, is that you do good cuts, good preparation, no burrs, and you definitely don't even dream about cutting this with a hacksaw or anything like that. It needs to be a straight cut, it needs to be a clean cut. The only way to do it is use one of these wee roller boys. And there's a bit of fluid there. So we'll just get that pipe out of the way. It's caught in the Oh, sorry about that. So we've got fluid come out. I'm expecting that. So if I hadn't opened the bleed nipples and the calipers earlier on, that there would have been pissing out all over us, and you don't want that. Now, how do we look at the end of this? It should be grand, but there are deburring tools which you can use if there is a bit of a burr on it. And the only problem is that you can't actually leave. It actually pushes a wee bit of burr up in there. So I don't like any fins or any debris getting up in there, but these here, you can use these sort of boys to give it a wee bit of an edge, if there is any. That's not too bad, it looks to me. So this is handheld. There's a handheld from Laser Tools. Is what I use now. This particular one, hopefully it'll focus there. It has these two settings here. 4.75mm DIN and 3/16 SAE. Now, this pipe is 3/16, which is equivalent to 4.75. It's actually 4.76. However, this DIN is like a European standard, and SAE, Society of Automotive Engineers, is American. These will do these two different flares. So whenever I started flaring stuff, I was doing double flares and it wasn't fitting in these wee connectors very well, and I was having diffs with it. So if you look inside that, that's concave, so that's like that in there. So what we want to do in this is what they call a bubble flare. And here's one thing you have to remember: get that up there right away, because you'll forget. Very easy to forget. So here's what we want to do. This wee boy here, handheld, doesn't take up a big lot of room. You need something pretty portable to flare, and you need something pretty good to flare a steel pipe. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that in to that line there. Now there's a thing you can do here. You can stick that in there, which is exactly on that line. Then you can see that. You're gonna focus. So that goes in exactly on that line there. So you butt it to that. Right. Unfortunately, so because of where I have the camera here, I'm gonna have to sort of do this upside down. Alright guys, back again. Apologies, the battery died on that previous bit there. So we're just demonstrating this wee laser bio. So what we did, what we missed out on was we screwed this wee die into the DIN end there. This wee boy here. We'll tighten her up with a 17mm spanner. You know, you need to hold that handle as you do it. It does get quite tight because you are crushing a piece of steel, and you need to support the weight of this pipe here, and then we'll just loosen off our 3 10mm. Right, a wee bit I don't really like about this wee tool is you near enough have to take it apart to get it off your flare. So it has to loosen up quite a lot, and then we go. So we have to more or less split that, and that clicks back the other again. Alright, so there we go. There's our wee bubble flare. Oh, maybe forgot to mention, I'm going to stick a wee bit of grease in the end of this here, because you're screwing it in the hole. That's a wee die. So you want to put a wee bit of special punch grease. Do not eat. There's a bit of good advice there. There's consumer advice for you. So it's just silicone grease. When you screw that in, and that makes that wee die. It's not a bad wee flare there at all. Good enough for the girls that I go out with. So yeah, so what we'll have is a 90-degree shoulder. So it's a straight, flat shoulder at the back, and a convex flare there. That is going to marry up with the concave inside here, you know. So that's how you get your seal. So that's it. That surface there goes into that. Into that surface. So that's your mating surface there. So pull that down. The 90 degrees is very important. 90 degree shoulder. And that goes onto there. So the other type of flare, your American or classic car SAE flare. That's an angle here, it's not 90 degrees. So this wee tool here, I bought it from Laser. You can get other wee handheld tools, and they'll either do DIN or SAE, one or the other. The handle wouldn't be as thick and not as much to hold on to, and there'd only be 2 clamping bolts, whereas this one has 3. So it is a wee bit bigger, and it's maybe take up a wee bit more room on you. But for doing steel flares, you need, like, there's a fair bit of force going on there for do steel flares. Copper stuff, copper pipes, and conifer, which is 90% copper, which we'll maybe talk about a wee bit later. You know, the wee cheaper ones would probably do for that, but for a steel flare, that's what you're going to get on the car. That's the tricky bit. Plus, you're doing it on the car, you're not doing it on a vise or on a bench or sitting in your living room. So there we go. So that is going to go onto there quite nicely. Right. You see that wee gap? You need to make sure there's 2 or 3 threads left. If that's buttoned right to that, then you're not going to get that actual wee bit of a crush. So your seal is whenever you tighten that up, and that face crushes onto that face, and that's how you get a seal on it. If that screws right in to there, like that, then your floor isn't big enough and it's not going to seal. You know, the pipe will move about, so the fluid will fly out of it. So there we go, that's another wee bit. Right guys, so here we are back on the bench. We're going to make a brake pipe. So this is our brake pipe off the car. A lot of angles going on here. So as you can see, that's the bit that goes into the brake hose. That bit goes down, bit of angles over to the left, and then shoots over to the right. So it's there's a couple of wee kinks here. So you never get this exact, but you get it reasonably. You can adjust it and move it about when it's on the car to sit. So we're going to use that as a template. Now, just a wee bit about copper pipes. I'm going to use, because this is an SBC system, I'm going to use this stronger pipe than what I would usually use. And what I would usually use is this ordinary copper pipe, which is quite easy to work with. A lot of people use this. Most cars, that's what standard replacement is. A bit of a problem with this stuff is this copper pipe hardens up over time and they tend to break at the flares. So that copper actually goes brittle through time. So it's I don't know what time it takes for that to happen. I haven't had any problems. I've done loads of brake pipes. Through loads of these coils here, and not too dear. That's about a tenner to buy that in the motor factory. This here cunifer stuff is 90% copper and 10% nickel. So it's a bit stiffer to work with, a wee bit stiffer. Still malleable. You can still bend it with your hands. And I'll just show you what I use to bend it with. I use these pliers here. Got them on eBay. I think they were a tenner. They're a good job for doing this. Plenty of length to it, 10 inches long. So just a wee point to note there. Whenever you are bending this, you bend it against that. You don't bend the pliers. You bend the pipe around that there, and you can use them. You can bend it that way or whatever if you're bending it up the way. So two faces on it. The one we're going to use all the time for brake pipes is this first groove. Don't know what size that second groove is, but we're going to use the first groove. And you just put it on the pipe and you bend it around it like so, and you can get a full 90 degree on it there. If you bend the pliers against that, that'll put a wee mark in the pipe. So you'll actually put a wee line on the pipe if you bend it against the pliers. You have to sort of keep reminding yourself all the time to bend it against this and not twist the pliers. Not twist the pliers with your hand. So just another wee point to note. I believe this is illegal in the United States. In some states or all the states, I'm not sure. This is banned in the US. This, however, on it has a BS number, a British Standard number, BS 2871. You can see it right. So they must think it's okay. A lot of people use this. I know that you need to sort of be aware of the disadvantages with it. It's easy to work with, that's why everybody uses it. This here is a wee bit stiffer, but only because this is an SBC, I've elected to use this for stuff. Guys with rally cars and high performance braking systems and stuff, you'd want to use this stuff. So I'm not going to run through the whole brake pipe. You just bend it, make it as replicate it as much as you can to your template. And it's the only way of doing it, really. There's that many, and you can see in this there's a million angles on it. So okay, that's not really bit. Right, okay, brake pipe made, and it is on. We changed the brake hoses. Went this morning to the local motor factors. That's a Quinton Hazel brake hose. Slightly different style as the original one. The original one had these type springs on it there, you know, but as I saw in the previous video, if I bend them, they're all cracked because they're sitting in the same position for so long. This style here has a shroud on it, and that stops the thing sitting at a bend just at the just where it comes out. So there we go. That goes in there. I'll put that shroud over the top of it, and that's nice. I've seen this before on Mark V Golfs, where the brake hose comes out and always sits at a kink, and then just splits at the kink, and then the replacements have these shrouds on them, you know, to take away the strain on the hose, you know. So it's sitting there quite nicely. Up in there, we holding bracket here on the car. Replace these clips, these wee clips. There's a couple of different styles of them, as I mentioned before. So I've got a couple of wee clips. They're about £1 each. Those wee fittings, just standard wee fittings, that goes into the top of the brake hose. That's our conifer. There's quite a crucial bend here, where it wraps around the inner arch here, the bodywork of the car. You need to make sure that that is clearing that. You can stick your fingers in and adjust it and give it a wee pull and a wee bend, just to make sure that it ain't gonna rub. So you don't want that. Let me see underneath the car again. So get the torch out of the way. There's where it is coming up and round the wheel arch. There's a good 10mm clearance there. That's our wee shroud on it there. I'll maybe just push that in a wee bit better, away from that stud there. Right, transferred all them wee rubber things onto the new one. There she is, along the back of the sill where you dirt jack up, and up into our joiner, and it's back in, clipped again, and clipped along the floor, the underside of the floor. So I don't know where this is helpful or not, but that's a good wee bit of replacement brake line there onto that conifer stuff. I'll maybe just give that a wee bit of adjustment there. I'm not really happy with that, but it's not too bad. So just do the other side now. Okay, see you later. Right, here's the last wee bit of this thing. I think it is anyway. I'm running a Delphi program here. It's attached to this Merc, and what we're doing is bleeding the brakes. Now what I did, first of all, when I done the two lines at the back, we had attached this pressure bleeder to it, to the reservoir there, and I just ran about 10 psi or thereabouts, just to get the most of the air from the back brake. So what we're doing now is we're run the Delphi software is going to run this SBC pump for us and bleed the whole system out. So I don't think the brake fluid's ever been changed in this car. So that's what we're doing. I've already done the back ones. We're on the front now. So got my battery maintainer going there in the back, and we'll do it with this pressure bleeder. This thing, you're going to use about 4 litres of brake fluid to do this. It pumps out about 1 litre per wheel nearly. So this is my wee pressure bleeder. It's pneumatic, runs from the airline, from the compressor. It's sitting there about 2 bar or thereabouts, 2 and a wee bit. There's pretty good instructions on the Delphi that sort of take you through it. So that's why I'm doing it. So we'll give it a wee toot here while we've got the camera on. So open the left front bleed nipple and attach a fluid container. So fluid container is attached, and front nipple is open. So pump the pedal and on, back in a minute. Right, so we've pumped the pedal there, as it says, secure bleeding hose so it cannot slip off. Hit OK, and she runs. Right, what have I got here now? Close the bleed nipple, open the right. So this is what we're doing, we're just following the instructions. Close that bleed nipple, and then we'll go on to the right. So I think that's it for this chain of videos here. About, I hope it helps somebody about brake pipes and stuff like that. This one here with this SBC, it's not your normal system. So this is it's a brake by wire system, which Formula 1 cars use at the minute. Mercedes introduced this, it appeared about 5 years in the mid 2000s. And they discontinued it, to stop putting it in because it was giving bother. If anybody is watching this is interested in has a car with a Mercedes SBC, there's a couple of things to note. Initially, Mercedes-Benz extended the warranty on them to 10 years. So what happens is there's a counter in this control unit, and I think, as far as I know, I think it's 300,000 presses of the pedal, and it'll bring you up a big red warning sign on the dashboard, like that. Visit workshop and all that sort of jazz. And so in the UK anyway, you can take it back to Mercedes-Benz, and they will reset that for you, and or change that brake unit free of charge. Now, I've read recently or heard recently that the United States, Mercedes-Benz has increased that to 25 years. I don't know whether that's applicable in UK or not. This car here is about 05, so what happens is the brushes wear out in that pump in there, because it's just an ordinary brush motor with a commutator. The brushes wear out to nothing, and that pump doesn't run. So it's a change SBC unit, and they have to be coded to the car. You can't just buy one, swap them over out of a scrapyard or something. A lot of guys in scrapyards know this, and they're looking £500, £600, £700 for a second-hand one of them. Very expensive. I think BBA, Rayman, or people like that can offer a refurbishment service, which means you don't have to program it, and it goes back straight in again. But anyway, that's a wee bit on SBC. It's more hassle than what it's worth, but we're sort of stuck with it. So hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. Bye.